fade that out slowly. What's up, Chi? I know it's a late one. Why not? And we'll pause that because I noticed on the last live I didn't pause the music, but I did turn down the level on the track here. But yet it kept playing on the live stream. So that's why that intro drop kept playing. I was like, darn, thought I had it. And then at the end of the live stream yesterday, we did a test trying the track off of Spotify. And that was at the end of the stream. And that was sounding crackly and distorted again. So glad we did that test. Some more kinks to work out there. Yeah, everyone's probably asleep. I made sure, remember how I said the other day, I make sure everyone's asleep when I go live. And I gotta make sure I'm talking loud. Sometimes especially on the videos with my phone, there's times where I should be speaking a lot louder. And I'll make sure we do that tonight. Mr. Sage Man is up. What up? Yeah. Right on, Chi. Yeah, we're gonna get into a few things. It's gonna be like a continuation of the past few nights. We've been getting into several topics, of course, the situation out here in SoCal and yeah, some other stuff we were getting into. What was it the other night? We got into some of the little people topic. That was an interesting one, and there's some more rabbit holes to get into on that tonight. Showed a few video clips the other night of the bases of some trees with some openings and some stick markers there and stuff. And yeah, the thought of little people come to my head, or something little could be little humans. But where we find those at times, I don't think little humans would be around there. Other spots, yes, but you never know. Wild night tonight in LA. It's just been nonstop sirens. Even on the live stream earlier today from the shop, there's an ambulance going by. There's a lot of ambulances, a lot of firefighters, and not having to do with the big fires out here. It's just other local stuff that was happening outside of the shop, and even here right now, I think it sounded like a speed chase of some sort. Um, and I say sounded like because those events have a particular type of sound. You know, helicopters, numerous sirens, and at times you'll hear them coming back and forth. So that'll be another indicator that there's probably a chase going on. And so, speaking of chases, earlier at the shop, uh, I noticed some helicopter activity, and I popped out, and there were several helicopters and an airplane also outside of the shop. And so I was like, something's going on. Oh, several ghetto birds, and I figured other ones were maybe news or something like that. But the sheriff was definitely flying low. And yeah, I was talking about this Citizens app, so I activated that just to try and find out. Because yeah, I noticed the chopper also moving on the back streets from the shop, and then I found out that the law enforcement were in pursuit. What's up, Crazy Javier? We're in pursuit of some suspects. And so I was like, ah, yeah, figured. And sometimes it's happened where you'll see them zoom by the shop. There's been several times. There's been some close ones also. We've gotten videos of those and shared those out with you all. And yeah, so tonight, I turned on the app, got immediately the notification of that, and then there's a channel on YouTube here called Smoke and Scan. And this guy shows he's local here, Los Angeles, and he shows Damon a lot of high speed chases. He'll stream them, and yeah, he does commentary, and yeah, he's got a nice setup there, awesome effects, funny and informative. He's very knowledgeable about the LA area as well, so you get to learn a lot. Um, and so he jumps on whenever he can, as soon as these things jump off. And so, what's up, Juliana? The Farm thuggin'. Oh, right on. G, you've watched him before. Yeah, share his channel out. And so I'm not sure if you checked out tonight's share, but luckily he jumped on and yeah, he started broadcasting this chase, and I figured it was the one we were checking out, you know. And yeah, there was these two guys, and they were on dirt bikes without helmets, and they're hitting the road. And they had gone through several areas, and East LA was one of them. And FaceTime barn tour, hey, that'd be cool. Yeah, dirt bikes. And while we're talking about smoke and scan, let's see. This is the channel here. You could see already the thumbnail there. And so I said it started with two guys on dirt bikes, and these guys were going on for a while, and law enforcement seemed to be way behind them. Uh, and so I was kind of watching here and there, paying attention at the shop, meanwhile doing other things. And his title here: Wild Police Chase of Motorcycle Group Wanted for ADW on a Cop, and suspect 11625. And then yeah, that's that. So yeah, these guys were going, and then eventually I could tell one guy was like using his cell phone, and at one point there was a car wreck due to them. And then they yeah, I don't know, they met up with the homies, and all of a sudden it was a bunch of dudes on dirt bikes. And yeah, they all casually pulled up to a gas station, filled up their tanks, and kept on with the pursuit. My pops even called me. He's like, "Hey, are you watching? Are you seeing what's going on?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, we're watching it here at the shop." Bro was watching it. I'm sure a lot of people were checking that out. So yeah, they did cruise by the shop, and it was over on like the Union Pacific side, which is a back street where a lot of it's a creepy back street there. The train goes by there, hence the name Union Pacific, I would imagine. Uh, and I did. Let's see here. We're gonna remove something. Boom. So did anyone check that out? Not sure if they went on for a while, so might want to maybe check those highlights somewhere. Scan through Smoke and Scan's video. Pretty wild. And so yeah, bro and I, I was mentioning all the sirens and stuff going on all day, different things. And then this pops off and yeah, bro's like, yeah, it's getting kind of Mad Maxy out here, huh? And it already kind of, it already is, but to some degree, certain days. But yeah, it just really oh yeah, yeah, the bikes go at it too. There's been a series of Corvettes, you name it, all types of vehicle. Um, um everything. Moving trucks, U-Hauls. Yeah, KTLA, right on. Yeah, we used to live very nearby KTLA. We grew up around that area. Um, and there were several other TV stations also in the area. Back in the day, there used to be KTTV, and that's where it turned into like Fox. They used to be there before they moved to the west side. Who else is out there? ABC. I think it was ABC on Sunset. Further down on Sunset, KTLA is on Sunset also. There's things that's happened, I think, outside of KTLA too. Trying to think, CNN is down on Sunset now too. The CNN building, yeah, all in Hollywood there. So yeah, I did take. Let's see if I get it. Did delete that. See if we could find some of these clips. I haven't gone over these clips here, so who knows what I'll be saying or let's see if we get one up here. That's probably going to be chippers. Uh-oh. Computer's thinking now. We'll give that a second. What's up, Juliana? Oh, I can't even tap on comments. All right, here we go. It's a short little clip, so it'll just be a few seconds before it loads up. And how's everyone doing? Everyone all right? Everyone have a decent day? Notice any madness or wildness going on? I know so when was the full moon? You always beak them internet. Uh-oh. Now it's saying I gotta, of course, delete a video. I thought I had already done that, but it's all right. We're hanging out, so we'll take the time we need. But I found the clip here, and is that twisted? He's saying morning, so happy rising. Did you get some rest today? I seen you hanging out earlier. Twisted. We got Roger Blair. How's Kentucky? Oh, there's the bomb. All right. Got the volume up on that now. Seen the track was down since we put the music down earlier. Here we go. So if anyone just popped in, we were talking about a speed chase earlier where a couple of dudes on dirt bikes They actually went by the shop and kind of on one of the back streets. So this is when I noticed something was up. Got to keep an eye out, right? Especially these days now, it's like extra eyes everywhere.
Something's popping. Several choppers out. Airplane.
I'm gonna go call bro, but he was busy.
Sundog.
Yeah, little sun doggy dog. Boom. All right. So chopper activity there. And then a little while later, so yeah, I didn't really hear sirens. It was just those guys up in the air. Like I said, I think one was probably a news chopper. Airplane was probably, who knows, could be law enforcement. The jabronis went by.
There they go.
The guys were headed towards downtown area, and they hopped on the freeway eventually. And I don't know where they must have known where they were headed. They must have had their um what is it, Google Maps or something on. Um yeah, it seemed like they were cruising with no problem, no worries. And eventually called their friends and they kept going. I didn't watch the end of the chase. If anyone did see it, uh I didn't hear the ending, but everyone was like, "Whoa," that I talked to about it. Wild stuff. Gas prices are still the same. you haven't noticed anything too crazy as far as like haven't really been to the market either, so I can't say, but most stores that I've been to, everything's been pretty stocked like normal. Uh things seem, like I'm saying, if you're out of the affected areas, haven't been too close to some of the areas, but today Ma Dukes did head up into the Altadena area to visit the dentist, and yeah, she was blown away by how the area looked. And I didn't get to get too much detail, but did hear a little feedback from her. And bro went up to actually Pasadena area to take care of some business, and was actually in some of the areas where I guess you call it like a quarantine, right? Uh, yeah, he was able to see some stuff and shared what he had seen. So little feedback on, and that's up in the Eaton Canyon area where that fire is going on. And yesterday we were gonna share. We named. I think we put anomalies in the title, and we did check out a few things. But there's some video clips. My buddy had shared, and some photo timestamps that he took, and he lives near the area. He lives in the Malibu area. He's all into the UFO stuff. We uh, introduced him. I reintroduced him last night, and I'll share his Instagram again tonight. He did the floors at our shops, and anyway, he's good at this UFO stuff. He's really connected, and other stuff. He's into the other stuff as well. But And I say other stuff like anything like paranormal or cryptid related. He's open to it. He's like one of those magnets. And so he got some footage, some interesting footage, and that I forgot to share yesterday. What's up, Lee? Got Lee in the house, y'all. What is going on, brother? Sitting behind those keyboards. Yeah, good to see you. And then we got Too Cool for Banshee. Welcome. So yeah, I wanted to share some of those anomalies tonight. So it's kind of like a round two of my buddies' footage. Yesterday we shared a lot of the fire footage that he took from the Palisades fire, and yeah, he was very very close to it, and luckily he wasn't directly affected. But I could only imagine there's some PTSD probably involved now, and just questioning whether you want to live in the area still. Let's see here. So we'll start with a let's start with a video clip. Ooh, that loaded up quick. Oh, gotta remove one. Yeah, pretty scary stuff there. And so yeah, he was taking video and pictures. And if you missed that last night, you'll if you go back and you're interested, you'll see some of those up close pictures from that area. Very impacting footage. And so and I don't know if it was this video clip. There's another short one he sent, and there is some weird anomalies that he spotted. So, and I know he did take pictures, but we'll try. We'll see if it's this one. We'll try the video. It's really, really short. We will check out the timestamps as well. So, all right, we're gonna run it. So I'm slowly dragging it. We pause it because this looks like the clip that he sent. It's gonna be on the left side. All right, I don't see it, but okay. All right, totally random, Juliana. But I'm glad I stayed late because I just had a pig come out. Apparently, a gate was not closed. Yikes! Get that little piggy back in. Blame the boys, right? Right on. Yeah. Yeah. Even when I had chickens, sometimes they would get out, and you have to make sure you get them back in. And I'm sure there's stuff that'll take that pig too around there, Juliana. Ah, all right. Let's find these timestamps. Let's see. Uh-oh. Here we go. Mhm. Yep. All right. Gonna turn that music down. All right. This was the, going back to that chase. This is that Citizens app. And I guess that little picture is the shop, is what I'm thinking. A little red dot. And then the blue dot's probably where the action's going on. And so today I noticed they're starting this again. I wasn't sure, I didn't notice the past few days. The past few days, after the situation out here, I did notice they weren't. None of this was really going on in the skies. So it seemed like they had taken a break. Now it's back in effect. So, little heads up. Just something I'm noticing. All right. This is it here. So, too bad I can't zoom. So, can you see the arrow? So, this is going to be a plane here. So, that was, I think, that video clip he sent that we're just checking out, that little short one. What's up, Duke? I thought I was stuck in the chat there. I was like, well, what's up with everyone in chat? I don't see anyone chatting anymore. I was stuck there. Hmm. And so watch. So this is the one with the anomaly that he sent. So in the middle, you'll notice an airplane or some sort of aircraft right there in the smoke. Now, if you look to the left and almost all the way to the left, there's that ridge on the left of the screen, away from the smoke, closest to the edge of the frame. Up there, you'll see an object there. And I have the arrow there. I don't know if you see the arrow. But yeah. And I'll share that out on the posts. I'll do a zoom in, a further zooming in. But yeah, it definitely looks like one of those rod objects. And you'll see one of those actually in the intro of my live stream. There's an intro I play, and there's an osprey flying by right outside the shop. And under it, you see one of these rod objects just zoom by. So that's exactly what it looked like when he sent it to me. And yeah, that was during the fires. And, we've checked out the past few nights some of the footage people have been getting on different platforms, or posting on different platforms, checking out live um footage of the fires on news channels. People are capturing these UFOs, orbs, and disc-like UFOs. What up, Smurfy? Aloha. Hang loose, rada. So yeah, very interesting. And remember, on YouTube, folks, you could zoom. So zoom in on that area there, see if you could spot it, and we will move on to the next clip here. And it's nothing's in order here, I don't think. All right, this is another clip of his. Greetings, Firewater. Love and light to you as well. Does anyone notice anything in this clip here? I'll give everyone a second. And actually, I'm gonna go grab something while I give y'all a second and check this timestamp out. Anyone spot the two objects there? Two little white dots. Yep. Right on. I'm glad you guys see it. Gals as well. We got someone howling outside like Sasquatch. We'll see if it happens again. Dogs going off. So yeah, very interesting timestamp. And so we got one of those rod type or disc type objects, and now we got a couple of white orbs. The next one is, let's see. Ooh, yes. And we were talking about the Getty the other night and how I believe it wasn't affected, but the grounds were. And he was able to get a picture of that. Right on, Benny Loco, and welcome. I've been seeing everyone's messages. So interesting. We tapped on the Getty the other night as well. So that was something we touched on, and some people have been doing some deep dives on this place. So weird stuff. And I've never been in there, so I don't know exactly what's in there, but I've heard of some things. And I wonder if they have a basement of stuff. All right. Well, this one, uh, thank goodness he didn't use the color red, right? Because you know how some folks get with red anything, circles, triangles, squares, rectangles. I mentioned I am going to produce a Bigfoot shirt at some point with red circles around the Sasquatch. So what do you think? Could this be another one of those orb-like objects? Looks like, but then it could be you know, if the tree had an opening there, but Tina C. It could be another one. And so I'm sure there's video of this of I didn't quite get it. Maybe it could be in those clips that he sent me and I haven't spotted it. I briefly went through them and didn't really spot anything, but very, very interesting, I thought. And this was another one shared. I'm sure the person who shared it with me, they were actually out working in the area. This is out in the Palisades. And he shared this with me. And I was talking the other day on how, and I don't know if that's because I think it was a Tesla. And yeah, the reporters were even talking about how this stuff here, you know, it was melted metal, it seemed like. And they were, one news reporter was actually picking it up and it was heavy and she was banging it. And yeah, it sounded very thick and solid. All right. That was those little slides there. Boom. There I is. At a plane. I don't know which one, Andy. The that burnt vehicle or the little white objects. Maybe you popped in late here. Welcome anyway. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So interesting pictures and videos there. A little insight. And thank you to our friend there. The one before the car. Yeah, it's these little. Here, we could pull that back up. We'll scroll back here for Andy. I don't know. You think those are planes there? That those objects there, I think, are similar to the one that you're referring to. And I'll leave that there for a second for you to zoom in on if you need to. Uh, and then the next one is right there. And it's probably from the same area as well. And this is during the Palisades fire. And the other night we did share other timestamps that people have been taking, watching lives from local news. And this is nothing new. The area we also talked the other night about, the Malibu area, the UFO activity out there. We shared videos from there. You might have caught that, not sure, but uh we talked about the base that's supposedly off the coast there. We talked the UFO activity in Topanga Canyon. And yeah, so there's a lot of activity out there. Off the coast there, you have Catalina Island, which we touched on also. And just all of LA is known for a lot of UFO activity. Um, and I think I've gotten quite a few videos of some stuff out here. So it's not surprising to me that they're showing up during these events. And we also talked about how big events could attract these anomalies, could attract these craft or other other types of phenomena. And this comes to mind. I don't know if anyone's been keeping up with what's been going on in the Hawaiian Islands, but there is some volcano activity. Anyone been checking this out? And so I was checking some of this live stream out. It's the USGS site, and they got a live stream. They got actually several cams, I believe. You go keep them out on several areas, and these volcanoes is one of them. And so it seems like it's popping off right now. That things are bubbling over there. And so I would imagine there'd be some sort of activity there as well. I was checking for anything on the live streams also. Do any of you check other live streams for anomalies? Or like uh, cryptid watch? Maybe you could check out some of these animal live streams or streams and check for any cryptids. Yeah, your bro-in-law is from the Rock. Is that what they call it? You know, the Rock. There's Jamrock, and that'd be Jamaica. But maybe you mean Hawaii? Bella demons a sacrifice. Oh, Bella demands Pele demands a sacrifice. I hear you. The god. Were the volcano emojis. No one posted you got those extra YouTube emojis. There's that volcano one with it erupting. Someone should throw a few of those up. Oh yeah, the Rock, aka the 808. Yep. So yeah, I hope that doesn't affect anything. Uh, yeah, when I went to Big Island, I got to check out. I forget what volcano it was. I don't know if it was this. Where's this one at? There we go. Cheese throwing up the volcano. Too bad I can't see him. I could see him over here if I jump on my phone. Maybe I'll set that up in case we need to share anything, or if I need to post anything. Yeah, it's not letting me now. Anyway, yeah, so keeping an eye on that volcano. And that was another topic on one of the latest live streams. We were touching on Crater Lake. Oh, yeah, the infamous Crater Lake. And we touched on Shasta as well. So the Cascades, and of course, those areas are known for very, very high strangeness. Yep. Kilauea is the volcano on the Big Island. So yeah, I got to check that out. Super cool. Very windy. That I don't know. I'm sure it's like that maybe up there all the time, but it was a very, very windy day. I remember that. Cold. So yeah, did anyone I know Duke probably I don't know. But Politis had posted a recent case, missing persons case from our area here, 80-year-old man. We were going in on that. And before, in the beginning of that particular episode, he touched on the little people. So we touched on the little people. And we shared a few things. I was talking about those trees with the openings and some stick structures, possibly, or stick formations. Probably a better way to say it. Pele is hungry. He wants a moco loco. And yeah, out there, the Menuhenes in Hawaii. We were also talking different islands, also with the different smaller diminutive beings. Island of Flores, we touched. What is it? The Homo florianensis. Island of Sulawesi, the little people there. Sumatra has the orang pendek. And all these different types of smaller beings out there. What up, Mud? And so I did a little diving around on the internet here. I looked up a couple things pertaining to these topics. So let's see. One here was and you know what? Before we actually dive into the small folk again, really quick, I did want to share this also. Well, we were talking UFOs and everything, and recently there were, I think, within the past day or so, really starting to question the causes of some of these fires out here. And if you remember, it was, I think for us out here, it was New Year's Day. I don't remember when people first started reporting the fog situation, but here we got this the Capitol, the old world building here. This amazing Capitol. But I don't know if I must have read the title when we shared this, but widespread fog sparks wild theories about secret tests and alien activity. Like, what the heck? And here you got the Capitol building fogged up. And so, according to what I was hearing last, the Palisades fire, they were saying possibly there was this dude that was uh, living in the area who had noticed a fire on early New Year's morning, they said. So I don't know if the day of New Year's or New Year's Eve. They didn't say New Year's Eve, so New Year's Day. And there was like a 8-acre fire in that area back there near where this guy lived. And he took pictures that day, and yeah, he noticed that when this recent fire out there happened, he saw smoke. And this was on the news earlier today. He saw smoke in the same exact area. So he's saying that he believes that it could have been the same fire that started back up from the New Year's situation. So, who knows? I don't know, but yeah, his pictures seem to be on point, and he did show them. And let's see if I could pull up those timestamps. Where'd they go? Hmm, I don't see them here, but give this, maybe I didn't pull them up like that. Anyway, I'll search again over here. Yeah, I don't think I see it. But anyway, there was some articles showing the area where he's talking about. And there was another resident that kind of was saying information along the same what this other guy was saying, the same things. And so interesting. And they're saying that also that original fire from New Year's was sparked by fireworks, they believe. So, hmm. And then same thing for the Eaton fire. And I had taken some screenshots I wanted to share, but it's all right. That one they're saying it was probably due to some power lines. And once again, residents took pictures of these power lines that were nearby them up on the foothills there. And yeah, you could see when it looked like it first started, and then it got bigger and bigger from there. But and there was the mention of some, maybe some equipment having some issues, being like maybe broken, some of these towers, something like that. I've been hearing different things along those lines, and then but these residents feel that maybe that was the cause of it. But then also Edison was saying that they had their system shut down at that particular time. So yeah, I don't know. Uh, it all seems very weird to me. And yeah, back to the little folk here. Just a few more things that I wanted to touch on there. What's up with chat? It's popping over here. Chopper Cam live feed. Did you see the? I think you might have missed the chopper clip from earlier. We're touching on some high speed chases going on in LA. Oh, you live streamed them? Huh. Wow. All right, Mud. Is there anywhere we could check that out? Where do you live stream? Were you live streaming on YouTube here? Do you have a channel? Is there a channel? Feel free to post your links. I always encourage people to. Uh, and even if you're on different platforms, share it out. And especially if you found lots of odd stuff. Um, I know people in here would like to check that out as well. So share it on out with us. We'd appreciate that. Boom, there it is. YouTube. Oh, not your channel. Right on. Yeah, you could share other channels here. It's no problem. And we go to screen share. So little people, I was like, well, elemental come up. And so I was like, well, let's look at the wiki here and see what they say about elementals. And it says an elemental is a mythic supernatural being that is described in occult and alchemical works from around the time of the European Renaissance, and particularly elaborated in the 16th century works of Paracelsus. Hope I pronounced that right. According to Paracelsus and his subsequent followers, there are four categories of elementals, which are gnomes, undines, sylphs, and salamanders. These correspond to four, and I keep leaning over to be able to read because the screen's off to my left here. I apologize about that. Empedoclean, I think I'm pronouncing that one right. Elementals of antiquity, or elements of antiquity, which is, yeah, earth, water, air, fire, respectively. Then it goes on, there's some history. And then I was thinking, all right, yeah, we were also touching on where they live inside of boulders, different areas with water sources, and yeah, you don't hear too much these days of them, really snatching people and stuff like that. But I think it is a thing. They mentioned, the kids the other night, how they'll take kids that are uh, maybe being mistreated, or there's certain circumstances, and yeah, could that be one of the 411 phenomenon causes? Um, yeah, there's a lot of weird cases with kids going missing, and could that be a thing the Fae come up to? I was asking, yeah, if the Fae, uh, if the little people are part of the Fae, and Duke might be able to tell us more. A lot of people go way deep into that, and I know a little something, and I do believe in this stuff too. There's a lot of things I question, and it's like, a lot of stuff we hear online, but yeah, this stuff does have a lot of history, different cultures we were touching on also that get into this stuff, and so the boulders and the rocks uh seem to be a thing. So when I go out and I'm usually around boulders and stuff, I definitely respect them now, as well as like trees and, of course, everything else. But, I look at them with these eyes, knowing that, there could be, spirits in them. And I do believe most living things, all living things have a spirit in them. But yeah, boulders, there could be other entities living in them and stuff. Uh, and so, yeah, when I check them out now, I, and sometimes I'll ask if anyone's around or if anyone's there. And so this, I believe, is in Gold Beach, Oregon.
In Oregon.
Beautiful morning. We're at a particular beach here, collecting some agates. And I'm always keeping an eye out for any sign. It looks like possibly we might have something up ahead here. So we'll make a short little bit and scope this out. Behind us here, we got possibly something straight down there. And there's some structures, teepees down there. We'll go take a look at that a little later. This stood out to me. I'm not sure what exactly. Pretty big rock there on the beach. It is driftwood. Yeah, it looks like we got this cavity here. Decorated entrance. There's crab shells all over the place, mussels.
There's Samson investigating.
Oh, Samson.
Another piece of driftwood in there.
Samson
Got
was
these
a wild
sticks
dog.
propped up here.
So the sticks, once again, we're seeing that at the base of the
Two with
trees.
seaweed, I'm sure.
Here
Kind of
we
looks
have
like
the
wood.
driftwood.
Some rocks. This is
Keep in
my
mind, we find teepee
second
structures further
structure I found in Oregon. The first one goes way back,
in the woods
and I'll talk about
and
that on the next video. Find something further down
coast
the
on
beach.
beaches. So a lot of Bigfoot reports on the Oregon coast also. Could something be living in that big rock there? That's what I asked myself. Could several things be living in there? Mud, s- you're one of Steve Stockton's mod squad. All right, right on. Yeah, he finally wrenched me up. And, salute to Steve Stockton, who's been keeping in touch with me with everything happening out here. He's been sending a lot of messages, checking in with me. So salute to you and the family, Steve. And not sure if you've checked out some of our interviews, Mud. We had Lee in here earlier. Lee and Steve are good friends, so and they do shows together as well. So cool, man. Glad you've checked that out. Um, and while we were checking out those little orbs and little strange things darting around and leaving the coast here, actually, we're still gonna be on the coast a little bit, but not quite on the beach. But let's cruise on down a little south of there from Oregon to Northern California into one of my favorite spots to go bigfooting. And there's a video clip. This is a throwback clip, and I like to go through my videos and check for anomalies. And I feel like I've racked up quite a few. Um, and we've presented several as of late. And most of these, I want to say, are posted. But you know, doing these lives now, we're going to be bringing them back up uh, and doing some deeper analysis, looking at them, getting people's opinions, your opinions, and we'll try to do some more work on it. Maybe we'll find someone who's interested in breaking it down more, and maybe someone with some more knowledge on cameras and parallax and pareidolia and all that stuff that we should know about when looking into videos. Selena, greetings. Good to see you earlier tonight. And we got Ange in the house. Cheers. Ching ching. So here goes that clip. So I took a screenshot of my video and was doing a little breakdown of it. And on this video, on this episode, you'll notice this object and it'll look like a bug. And we've been learning about bugs, and Midwest Night Watchers had a great guest on the other night who got into orbs and different little uh, anomalous objects that fly around, and they went in deep on the topic. So great show, check that out. Um, Chi, if you're still in here, feel free to share that show here too. It was a really good one. I shared it out. I followed the lady. I forget her name over on the TikTok, and I believe I followed her IG as well. And she's got some amazing captures and was able to go in pretty deep on the topic. And so this, I would love to get this out her way and see what she thinks of this one. But I do believe something is in this clip, and we'll load that up. There's no audio on it. You see it right here on the left. You'll see where that mossy tree is on the left there, or what's left of that redwood tree. Towards the top left, you'll notice a small object there going by. We'll run that back. That's in real time there, I believe. There. Start scrubbing the video. We got Hillbilly in the house, locked and loaded, ready to fire them up. Anyone spot the object, the subject? Not, we'll do a zoom in right now. I'm gonna zoom in on it, and hopefully the StreamYard, uh, what do you call it? The board there. But look, that looks triangular to me. That little head there, of whatever that is, and it just zooms by really fast. Dwarf's opinion, not an insect. I think there's definitely something there, and I'm gonna stop it here because that video goes in a little further. Let's go back and run it again. There it goes by. Firewater saw it. Right on. Good eye. Nice. Hillbilly. I just had some right now. Still got some bubble. Got a nice chunk of it. So there we go, scrubbing it. Hopefully people watching this later will be able to see that. And it has this little triangular head to it. It's pretty trippy. Anyone have, oh, we got chat going here. Chat is in session. And then so I pan around there on the video, and then I do a little zoom, like on the video here, checking for anything else weird. And there is something that kind of pops out to me a little bit, but it's probably nothing. Probably just some wood there, a little pareidolia. Anyway. Yeah, you can see trees, huh? There's trees in chat too. Hillbilly got them trees. And tonight, Hillbilly, everyone else, I got this Mac 1. You know Mac 1? Hillbilly, it's new to me, but it's really beautiful. Almost has that cat poopy shape, you know, like cat piss, cheetah piss. Hillbilly will know what I'm talking about. Other folks will be like, what is he talking about? All right. So a little anomaly there, I think. I hope you enjoyed. Let's move on. Let's see what else we got here. Let's take a little cruise around the redwoods here. Keep your eyes peeled for anomalies. What is that? Cattail?
Yeah, we're just doing a little
There's a
exploring.
big orange cat emoji. Where my time stamper's at. La bomba, kaboom, in la casa. Welcome, bomber. Are you chilling in the tub with a glass of bubbly, pedicure, and feeling good and warm while it's
Let's go
freezing
check out
cold
another spot.
outside up your way? All right, this tree here is very interesting. I know I got it in another video clip. It's pretty much leaned in this I think some other trees up in here. But I go in on that particular thing. I don't think it was natural. It's probably placed there. But was that it on? I thought this was a lot longer. Anyway, we got keep seeing anyway tonight. What's up with that? I have to switch that up. But I got an interesting one here. Let's stay on the little folk topic. Uh this is an interesting clip. I hope you feel the same way. Let's peep it. All right. We got the train all aboard. Who don't have a ticket? I'm giving everyone a moment to get their tickets ready. Make sure you have your luggage close to you. All important belongings put away as we board this one-way ride. All right. All right. All right. All right. We got this X here. And I really like this X. It really got my attention. That's why I made my way over to it. Now, in some circles, we believe and some theorize that in and near structures, a lot of the times there'll be anomalies and you'll be able to get timestamps. So having this in mind, and this is a pretty old video. Um, I personally think this X was made. I don't think it was naturally fell like that. We found many similar ones before, and this was a really cool one. And so I was scoping it out.
Good sign.
Keep your eye out for anything, like I said, at all times in
Not
here,
much
or
more.
whenever you're in the forest, because there's a little
Green in here.
stickling. I was definitely feeling vibes in here. Keep an eye out.
It's pretty crazy. Totally see a face on there.
Actually, there might have been a couple faces on there. Did anyone spot that? Yeah, you see that, Twisted? And so another theory is that comes up and beliefs and that acts, is that could some of these beings, elementals, there's a stick stuck in the ground there. It was shoved in there. Um, could some of
This is a good
these
sign.
beings I guess, I don't know, superimpose themselves? Could they go, because there's a talks of them going inside of trees, going inside of boulders. Could they, like, superimpose themselves on, you know, stumps? Uh, what else? And off to the right, we got this trippy green one here. But to the right of that, it looks like another face there, almost like a shadow, like a sun shadow maybe, but I don't know. It's got this weird. And we'll run this little part again to see if there's any movement on these faces. Keep a close eye on the eyes, maybe the mouths too.
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Totally see a face on there.
Chumitaste. Yeah, very, very odd. And yeah, just this particular area has a lot of weird stuff, a lot of weird trees, beautiful trees, of course. And that's Juliana's home. That's like her backyard, which is awesome. All right. That was a throwback there. So I don't know, little people come to mind again to me. Oh, all right.
On my way down south, I'm checking on an area where there's a couple structures. The last time, one of the last
Different
times I was
grove,
here, I had some
same somewhat area.
crazy tree breaks happen, and I wasn't able to capture it, but I did find a new structure in the area, and now that structure
There's that tree
is
we were talking about
taken
earlier.
down. I'm looking around for any more sign. That looks interesting. Could, like, totally hide out in there. Spotted a couple leans, possibly. Nothing major. But we could go check out that structure that's been taken down. It seems to be the theme for today. We're further north at the beach. Here's one of the leans that I was looking at. Maybe it just fell and landed like that. That's leaned on there. Sometimes those leans could be a major sign, if you're scouting or looking for sign. stick like that could lead you to many more things. Let's see what's going on here. So all this stuff has been trapped, wedged in between there. It's interesting. Of course, we got this bark lean. That slab of bark leaned up on here. Checking for any ground glyphs or just anything that stands out. We've seen this one before. Look at that. Yeah, let's head over this way. See what's going on. If you guys are finding structures, I do recommend that you check up on them, see what's going on, see if anything's been changed or there's new activity. Look at this here. It's pretty funny. So anyway, here's this classic we've shown many times. It's still running. Next to that
we also checked out the game cam footage from Bluff Creek recently
log.
with some
Very
strange
nice. It's just a bunch of leans.
orb lights, fairy
Now,
lights
all those leans are down.
type.
Who or why or what? Who knows?
Yeah, different names people call those things.
There it is. And I consider that activity as well, you know, when the structures go up, when they go down, when they're in process. You know, I think that's all crucial data to document. And, you know, if you're into this,
this one was
something
maybe
to keep in mind.
4 or 5 years ago, 5, 6 maybe.
All
This
right,
was a while back.
let's head further down the woods here. And see what's going on.
Little exploration there. Who knows? Where's my camera at? Gotta activate you again. So when I move, get the camera there you go. Now he's following me. Yeah, when I really move a lot or stand up and walk away, it tends to deactivate the AI feature. So I got to remember to activate it back. What else? Are we still in the redwoods? Well, we're still in the redwoods. Or maybe not. I think that might be it for the redwoods. 1 second. as I double check. All right. This will bring us to. So we've been noticing little stick placements, uh, stumps, faces on stumps. Another thing we run into a lot is, and one thing I take note of is decorated stumps. A lot of this, I've learned from other people that go in hard on this stuff, and some of it, yeah, I believe there is something to it, and I have gotten results. At least personally, I feel these are results, and the results I like to, have on video or audio or some sort of something, so we're able to bring that back. What's up, Cassie? Glad you're hanging out. Bring that back and chop it up with everyone, Um, and so yeah, one of my favorite things to definitely document. And so here we're gonna now bounce. So we started up in Oregon, came down to the redwoods. Now let's bounce over to. This will be a little treat. Yosemite National Park. Got a little bear action going on there. I think it might be two of them, or is it just one? Where'd you go, bear? There it is. Tennessee 100.
I gotta get my bigger lens on.
And Yosemite as
There.
well. I just love it out here.
BD.
Ground zero for 411 phenomenon.
There.
Definitely keep that in mind when I'm out there.
Clock.
And it just makes me wonder what is going on. Of course, taking the proper precautions so you don't become a victim. Watching for weather, any dangers, any certain bad vibes, anything strange. A lot of times, something strange could be happening, and people won't notice. Some more bear footage there. We shared another bear one the other day
My bigger lens
at
on.
a pop-up tent. That was a funny one. We got Zorcho Poncho in la casa. As much time you spent in the woods, you've only seen one bear, and it was just its ass in hauling into the woods as it crossed the road. Yep, road crossing. It's definitely the way that I've seen most of my wildlife is near a road. It's always pretty much near a road where I run into animals and stuff like that. And both of my Bigfoot sightings were near a road or highway of some sort. We got Lovey Love in the house. How you doing, Vanessa? So while we're here at Yosemite, I did look up a couple things. Let's see, what did we look up on Yosemite? Anyone been to Yosemite? Anyone have any strange Yosemite experiences? Or what about Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park? Sierras? Is Joe Monk in the house yet? Where's Joe? Sierra Joe? He's probably taking a giant nap. Yosemite. So, Yosemite, I tried looking up some weird stuff. Oh, dang it. I stopped the share, yo. Let's try that one more again. Boom. Yosemite. So this was a weird one. You know, we were talking missing people earlier, little bits here and there. And this one was a weird case. I didn't want to pull this up, but it popped up first, so we're gonna go ahead and tap on it. Anyone know this case here? StreamYard, you're in the way, but we could scroll down a little bit. Sandra Johnson Hughes went missing 2020. There we go. Excuse me, love. We're gonna remove that right there. And this case was a trip, and I remember this one. I'm sure, Senor Stockton has touched on it. I'm almost positive. And her case was a trip. You could look it up, and this is on the I think on the Yosemite National Parks. I think it's site on their official site, but missing persons. But this one was weird because she went missing. People had seen her, and she was training to be a ranger, and I believe became one, or she was just training. And she was in the Sierras. Something had happened. She got missing, and then people had seen her later walking on the road and was had some injuries on her, and they asked her if she needed a ride or help, and she said no. And yeah, I forget how long exactly she went missing for. I'm sure the article here explains, and if you get a chance, take a little read there as I uh, go off the top of the dome here. But before she was found, there was a family in the area that was camping, and I think they got a weird vibe. They had a little boy, and the little boy was having these visions and was basically seeing this lady, and the lady I think might have been communicating to him, or he was just seeing her and saying that they needed to help this lady. And the little boy's mom, couldn't see what he was talking about, but she took him serious. And I think they got home, and she did a little Facebook research and stuff, and ended up finding that she was missing. And I think notified authorities, and they were able to go back and basically find the little boy. Was able to, I think, point out to where more or less she was, and also described what she was wearing. Anyone remember that one? It was pretty far out, I thought. So anyway, that popped up and that came to mind, so that's why I decided to share that one. And it was like one of those cases of and we were just discussing this recently, the when it's like when the dead call out from the other side, to solve cases or bring attention to something. And a weird one that I can remember, I was a teenager out here in SoCal, and there was this case where they were looking for it was a missing teenager, or maybe a missing kid or something like that. I want to say it might have been. I was too young to remember exactly where, but it could have been, I think, maybe San Bernardino, different county. I think it was out of LA County. San Bernardino, Riverside. Maybe Tina might know, but the person went missing, and supposedly, I don't know if they were buried near the highway, but there was this billboard, a blank white billboard with lights on it right on the highway. And someone seen, I think it was, if I remember correctly, the figure of a kid or something like that that was being made with the shadow of the lights or some other way. And I think they went on that and were able to find the person they were looking for, deceased, I think. It was something strange, really, along those lines. I was like, "Whoa, super weird." Where am I at? There I is. Alright, went down a rabbit hole there. So that is near Yosemite, and then also near Yosemite, people talk about, different theories of what could be going on there, and of course, portals portals as of late has been coming up a whole lot around, certain circles, and, there's actually a place in the Sierras, and I think it's part of the Yosemite, if not right outside, called El Portal. So, and I haven't really heard too many people touch on that. And there it is. Here, let's scroll down a little bit. All right, you can see on the right there, El Portal. And here, when they translate, a lot of times in Spanish, when they translate stuff, I personally translate things like word for word. And a lot of times they won't do that. I'm sure in English it's like that as well. But so El Portal, but here they define it as the gateway and named by the Spanish. And but when I think of El Portal, I think, the portal. And I know probably has something to do with mining and all that. Um, when you go into a mine, it's called the portal, correct? Thank you, sir. Yeah, we're just freestyling here, Mud, just flowing with the go, man. I know there should be a format, intro, and we're still working on the intro. Uh, you know, maybe a new segments, certain segments, certain thing news, some sort of daily recap, and you could go into your topics, da da da, structured format, but we're not doing that. We're just flowing with the go, which is a good thing because like Latchkey recently mentioned about doing things that get you out of your comfort zone. And for me, this is it, because although I feel comfortable and everything, like even right before I jumped on, I was like pumped up, just really feeling it. And sometimes if that gets to you, you could lose it. Forget about what you're gonna talk about, how's it gonna go. And you already have like an idea, like, all right, start like this, but once it happens and you're on, it's like, at least for me, it's almost like feel like you're free falling. But you gotta learn to get comfortable in that free fall. So yeah, the portal. Here we go. Could this be a clue to something? Uh, could there really be portals at Yosemite and other places? We gotta see if there's any other places. I'm sure there's some other uh portals, places, name portals around the planet. So Yosemite. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Do we keep this? A lot of granite, right? That's something they point out, and something about the granite. Yosemite's full of it. There's a little pan around. There were fires in the area recently as well. This is way back. This is about 6 years ago, 7, maybe more.
Yeah, for here it's 48. Well,
Check
last
the
time
timestamp. You never know.
I know.
Been to Yosemite a couple times. Did I see anyone answer that? Anyone been there?
Yeah, for here it's 48. Well, last time.
Crows are hanging out, and just ran into a bear right across the way there. I'll be sharing that video. I'm gonna try to get it on FLIR also, because I haven't been able to get a bear on FLIR, but I've gotten mountain lion and owls and other critters. So I'm checking out these burnt trees and logs and stumps. Right away I noticed something on top of this one. And it's what we find, a lot of the times is strange things like this. A collection of sticks. Just put up
Decorated stumps. You find
for
stumps
what reason, I
marked.
don't know.
Also,
There's
there'll
a
be
cut
like
piece there.
leaned sticks.
But it's been collected and placed on top.
And
Find it
then the
pretty
use
bizarre.
of a burnt
Trying to
stick
find a
also
trail
in
to
structures is a thing.
hike to, and
Find that a lot.
I did spot some teepee structures that I want to get back to because they look very interesting.
There were burn
So
piles.
we'll be
Dwarf.
heading over that way. It's a little difficult to maneuver around the park, if you make a wrong move, and you gotta wrap around. And we're in the valley floor. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where we're gonna
We
head
will
to,
be
but
back to Yosemite soon.
hopefully we could
Yosemite Sam.
find some more interesting things. And yeah, there's also these other teepee structures that are here, and they're in the burned areas, and I think that's for burn piles. And I'm talking, there was like 20 to 30 of them in an area, and I was like, whoa, what's going on here? I made a video, but now that I'm seeing them more around, and some of them had paper in them, it looks like they're preparing them for a burn, which they're not going to do at the moment because of the high fire danger. But yeah, I'll keep looking out for the stuff that I find. in my areas, and yeah, definitely finding things here, and yeah, things are good.
DD Brown or Bigfoot, Brown Bigfoot dwarf, reporting from Yosemite National Park. All right. Hope you enjoyed those couple clips there. There is more in the archives, a lot more to go through there and to go through with a fine comb. You never know what you might find in these vids. And so let's head back up to Bluff Creek. Let's see here. Let's check to see if there's anything else on Yosemite right quick. Oh, yeah. Before we leave Yosemite, on their site, you can also find this section called Yosemite, the Weird and the Wonderful. And it gets into several things here. Look, aliens, it gets into the Fresno night crawlers. Everyone's familiar with them, right? Fresno night crawlers. And then it gets into a mummy here that they found. And this mummy, like many others that have been found in many interesting places, seem to have been a giant. And if you get a chance, check that out. We're gonna have to go in on this here, so maybe we'll save this for a night of gigantism. The letters are a little too small for me to read from here. Had a little trouble reading earlier, but yeah, some night crawlers, some mummified giants. This is on. Check the name of the site again. There's a depiction of the night crawlers rocking the MC Hammer pants. Yeah, salute to Hammer. Respect. And then can anyone out there do the typewriter? Anyone? No. Crickets. All right. If so, I'd love to see you do it. It's one of my favorite dance moves, and haven't seen it in a while. Here we have treasure hunters. Race to the dope plane crash. Here's got some parts of the plane. Then a little above that is some sort of the haunted Awani. So some sort of ghost spirits. And there's also what the was it the lodge? There's a particular lodge at Yosemite that was there for a long time. It might actually even be gonna have to look at that lodge. Wonder if it's an old worlder. But I think they shut it down already. They were gonna close it, and the time we went there, there were already talks of it. So I remember talking about that, hanging out there, and it was known to be haunted as well. I don't know why they decided to close it. Oh, lovey love taking bachata classes. Yikes. All right. I think we're done with Yosemite here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So back up north, NorCal, Bluff Creek, spot of the Patterson Gimlin footage. The female Bigfoot, Patty. Super controversial till this day. A lot of you know my background. That's one of my areas. Spent a lot of time there. Have recently done some quite a bit of filming out there. Other people's filming also in their documentaries now. Just a lot of time and energy has been evolved around Bluff Creek, and there has been stuff that's been produced out of there. There's Jonathan has gotten stuff from there. Western Bigfoot Explorations on YouTube, and he's recently got a new documentary out, new doc out, Jonathan, and y'all, it's already at 100 over. It's about to hit 200K here soon. So salute to Jonathan. That's moving. That is moving. So check it out if you haven't. He hits up the what was it? It wasn't the Palm Freeman site. That was the one before this one. But he's up in Washington, Mount St. Helens. Yep. Hillbilly Herb, is he at 200K now? Whoa. Good job, Jonathan. What'd you do, dude? Well, I know you produced an awesome documentary, but you romancing the algorithm somehow? And Jonathan, if you hear this before, you get it might be an email from Kaiju. He's got some audio he sent you to send to me. Feel free to check it out. I know you're an audio dude. Uh Looks like we might have something there. So anyway, back up to Bluff Creek, y'all. Here we go. A little throwback timestamp. This is one of my first few times into the area, and like I say, I like to record as much as possible, try to get as much footage and review my footage. And I talk about the feeling a lot when I spot objects in the sky, uh when I see something, when I you name it. There's a particular feeling sometimes, even danger, you have that sense. And so I get that a lot, especially, and that's when I hit record, or I'll hit record before I start feeling like that. Once I start to get that feeling or get certain thoughts. And so this is one of them. So this is actually heading into the Patterson Gimlin film site. So take a look, y'all. Let me know what you think. And if you see something, throw your eagle eyes on. Check it out.
I'm gonna take my boots off, put my Tim's.
Where my time stampers at. And no, it's not that little possible bug going by. We're looking at a possible subject in the back of those bushes there. Seems to look all black. Possible humanoid shape, maybe crouched to the ground, and possible movement there. No audio on this breakdown. and there is a full video. And yesterday we had Jeff Harding come through from Island Research, Pine Island Research, and he invited me onto a show. And I think that was one of my toughest interviews, just because you know, he's tough, and he did press me, which is good. I think more people need to be pressed.
I'm gonna take my boots off, put my Tim's on.
All right. Now they would share this clip, and he found it very interesting. So
I'm gonna take my boots off, put my Tim's.
and in the background there, we're being guided down. So I was with my son there, so it was our first time there, and we're being guided down by rest in peace, brother Mike, who is an ex LA County sheriff. And the first time we got there, he uh helped guide my son and I actually to the film site, because he was at Laos camp, and when we pulled up, nobody was there. We didn't know how to get to the film site. Everyone was already down there, and he was kind enough to show us the ways, and we got to get to know each other. And he was going there since the early 80s, so he knew the spot well, and he taught me a lot of things from the area. And I keep him in my heart. He recently passed, I want to say it was 3 years ago, I believe. And his wishes were to have his ashes spread into the Bluff Creek. And so we did that uh, on that year. His family came out, and it was just a awesome, sweet moment for Mike. So is that a Bigfoot?
I'm gonna take my boots off, put my Tim's on.
All right. Is it a bear? Any opinions out there? Anyone spotting what we're talking about here? My chat is like me trying to get a high school class in order.
I'm gonna take my boots off, put my Tim's.
There's paper planes flying around, gumballs, spitballs, paper balls flying around. Tina C 314. Is that the time now? It will be in about 25 minutes, huh? Or so. I'm glad you're having fun in chat. That's what it's all about, y'all. And I'm glad I'm able to bring some content and some comments to it, commentary. And we'll run the clip a couple more times. And then I did adjust something on the audio. We're going to give this another shot again. And we'll set up some music. We're hitting the 2-hour mark here. It's been another fun night hanging out as we get used to going live with these devices and gadgets. Right. It's been fun, and it's a learning process. And I'm glad I'm diving in, because once again, feeling comfortable in the uncomfortable, it's not an easy art. All right, y'all. We're gonna do a little sound check here on the way out. One love to everyone. Take care. We're gonna be tapping in tomorrow, Ja willing. Be safe. Stay blessed. We're gonna give this audio check. 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Do you hear me? Yes. Here we go. Let's bang a track here. Uh-oh.
At the Disneyland Resort, the happiest place on
Commercial. Free Spotify. Damn Disney. We're going to give an audio check here. Once again, I tried messing with the input level and adjusted a few things. So we're going to give it a shot after this commercial. See, on my headphones, it sounds super crisp. It bangs. And that's why you see me bobbing my head and everything. But on your end, it hasn't been sounding good, unfortunately. Is it sounding crackly and distorted on your end? I know this type of music already does, but I'll let the track run a bit. All right. We out, y'all. Take care. See y'all mañana. Ciao, ciao.